So Dana White has just announced another fight for UFC 300, and that is a strawweight title bout between Zhang Weili and Yan Zhaojian. Oh, fuck. I've already fucked it up, but you know who it is. And I'm just contemplating my thoughts on the entire card at the moment because this fight announcement and kind of just UFC 300 in general has just been savaged in the comment section. Everybody's saying how underwhelming it's going to be and it's just going to be a letdown. Like UFC 200 pretty much was that. It was so anticipated, and then like all the big fights never came to fruition. We kind of got stuck with just a bunch of shit thrown on there at the last second in a woman main event that no one really gave a shit about. Do I think it is as mid as everyone else is thinking it is so far? And bear in mind that there are still a lot of fights that can be put on. Big, like even maybe one recording this day and might announce a few more. So who knows? But so far we've got Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan, Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic, Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling, Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage, and like I said, that title fight. Um, and I actually think this is looking to be a stacked card so far. Like whether it's deserving to be on UFC 300, I don't know. But like, if this was any other pay per view, I'd be looking at this like, yeah, this is an absolute fire lineup. Like, all these fights look like they'll be really good fights. Like, they're top competitors, they're some of the most skilled guys in their divisions, and the majority of them all put on really exciting fights. So, Charles versus Arman, number one contender fight, I'm guessing. But like, one thing I will say, like, I do have a bit to complain about probably with some of these fights, but like, I wish Islam Makhachev was defending his title in here. I know he's injured. Like, I guess you kind of have to expect that with Dagestani fighters. They just always have to fight once a year. Really annoying, but I guess, that's just what happens. So, Charles Oliveira been at the top the past few years, setting records, consistent finishes, and entertaining fights. And Armin's kind of been doing the exact same thing. Like, he's really come into his own recently, like, making like more of a wide audience knowing who he is. Not that knockout of Benil Dariush in one round was just like, I think that put everybody on notice. So yeah, that will be absolute fireworks, and those guys are both so well rounded it could go anywhere. Yuri Prochazka and Rakic, both just insane stand up fighters in the light heavyweight division. Rakic has kind of had a tough go as of late, so like, I'm really looking forward to seeing him get back in there, and hopefully he can put on a banger with Yuri, and hopefully Yuri can bounce back as well. Like, I don't really care who wins either of those two fights. Like, I just hope they're real. I hope they perform. Hope they perform and live up to what they have the potential to be. And Calvin Kattar welcoming Aljamain Sterling to featherweight. Aljamain Sterling for the former bantamweight champion of the world. I was kind of hoping he'd get a rematch against Sean O'Malley, but I guess that's not to be. He said he's making it permanent. Has moved to featherweight for his health, I guess to add to his legacy, and as well as I guess letting Marab get that title shot. And going against Calvin Kattar, I think it's a pretty good matchup. Kattar's ranked number 7 at the moment, so yeah, he's getting a top 10 fight there. Calvin also looking to come back from injury and is fighting against Arnold Allen. Really disappointing ending there. And he's kind of had a rough go as of late as well. Like, he had a split decision loss to Emmett, which most people think was a robbery, myself included. But, before that, he was going on quite a tear. He got destroyed by Max Holloway, but still, he bounced back from that with an insane fight against Giga Chikadze and was really like looking to build his momentum back, and it kind of got cut short again, even though he'd had 3 back-to-back fight of the nights before his injury. So, yeah, like, hopefully that's a banger of a fight. I'd really like Aljamain to win that and go on a tear at featherweight. I think that'd be sick to see. And then underneath that, we got Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. Kind of the one I don't like. I just wish Bo Nickel was fighting someone better in competition. I feel like he should be. Like, he's only recently in the UFC, but he's got a lot of hype behind him. He's 5-0, and like, he proved he can be a well-rounded fighter as well. Like, I think people expected him just to be a bit of a lay and pray type of guy. Like, in his first fight on the main card he had against Jamie Pickett with that submission, like, he kind of looked like he was desperate to grapple and get the fight over with a submission. And then in his last fight, he ended up by TKO in like 30 seconds. So, yeah, I feel like you should be, pushing this guy a bit further. I guess it's just an easy dub to showcase him on UFC 300, but wouldn't you want to do that against, like, I don't know, someone like more well known. The women's championship fight, like I was really hoping that they were going to book this when they booked Zhang versus who was the last opponent she fought? Amanda Lemos, which was everyone expected that to be the complete domination that it was. Like no contest at all. It was just fully domination. And yeah, I was hoping that they would make that a main event of a China card, and they didn't at the time because Yan herself, she's been on an absolute tear as of late. Yeah, 2-fight win streak, knocking out Jessica Andrade in the first round in her last fight. So really good win there. And yeah, like I think this is deserving to be on 300 myself. Like I know people are a bit people have mixed opinions on women's fights. I do too, but when it comes to this, I think this is like one of the best fights in women's MMA you can make at the moment, if not the best. You've got to take into account that bantamweight is pretty much like a non-division now as well. Like, look at that upcoming title fight. That is just, I'm not watching that. They just cut the whole division. So yeah, look, I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think this will be a banger fight as well. Zhang Weili, probably my favorite women's champion, maybe of all time. Like, just banging fight, banging performances. Like, she can really do it all in there. She's not the same as all the other women fighters, is what I'm saying. She's not throwing shadowboxing from across the cage and going to a decision. She can finish by strikes, by submission. She can do whatever she wants in there. And she'll probably do that in this too, hopefully. But yeah, so far, I'm actually thinking this is a good lineup. There's still got to be a lot more to come. I get like UFC 299, people have been comparing it to that. Yeah, O'Malley versus Vera 2 main eventing. Then you got Dustin versus Benoit Saint Denis, Gilbert versus Madalena, Holland versus MVP, Blades. Yeah, it's like the list goes on. Like, that is actually one of the most stacked cards I've ever seen, to be honest. The thing is, we've been getting such banger pay-per-views, like, kind of back to back to back recently, that they've been using up a lot of, like, their top-level fighters, their most entertaining and popular champions. Maybe, potentially, I don't know if this is even possible either, but the winner of Strickland vs. Duplessis wins, maybe as a quick turnaround, defends against Adesanya on 300. That could be insane, but that does not seem likely to happen at all. Like, I just wish John Jones would relinquish his title, to be honest. Like, just promote Aspinall to main champion, have him go against Stipe on this card. Why the hell not? And then just have Jones just come back and just fight for the belt again. Why does it matter if he's defending it or not? I don't really give a shit. Like, if he's been out for this long and Aspinall is the interim champion, just promote him. Who cares? And then you're either going to get Aspinall and John or Stipe and John, like, either way. Does it really matter who's holding the belt? I don't know. But yeah, like, I'm happy with this so far. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped up. I know not everyone else is. Everyone just wants super fights. I'm just kind of, I'm really over super fights, if I'm being honest. I just prefer people to stay in their own divisions and the best of the best in their specific weight classes fight each other, which I think we're getting to see here. Oh, I think Leon and Bilal was also rumored to be on this as well, which I think will be a good addition too. So yeah, because I saw everyone complaining like, oh, they should have done Zhang versus Grasso super fight. It's like, I've just had enough of these double champ fights. Like, I get when it comes to women's MMA, people probably don't give a shit as much, but it's just in them, I reckon, in those double fights. I'm hyped for 300. I'm looking forward to see what Dana has, what he's cooking, and I hope he delivers.